Hi, today we are going to talk about the ethical use of information, or the idea of using information from others correctly. We all have had to research things before, either for research projects, essays, data, or just for personal interest. Sometimes we find information we want in written text, like newspapers or books, and many people often just use the internet. It is crucial to understand how to go about using other people's information. In this video, I will go in depth about two categories, plagiarism and citations. First, let's look at plagiarism. According to Yale, plagiarism is usually defined as a discrete offense, a specific failure to give credit to a specific source. When you take someone else's information, you have to say where you got it from. For example, I took that quote directly from the Yale website, so this is how I could quote it in my own writing. I put the words in quotation marks to show they are not mine. I added an in-text citation to show you where it came from, and then I added the source at the bottom of the page for anyone to access it themselves. It is important to only quote small amounts and not write an essay using all direct quotes. Copyright infringement is similar to plagiarism in that it is using someone else's work in an incorrect way. However, copyright infringement is taking someone else's work without permission. Anyone who created original work can get copyright or ownership rights over their own work. This means that it belongs to them and others have to gain access directly from the owner. If you take this work without getting permission from the owner, you can face serious legal consequences. Some examples of copyrighted work include logos, music, and movies. The main way to use copyrighted content without getting permission is through following the fair use guidelines. You may use excerpts from others' work, but it cannot be excessive. This is why YouTube videos may only use small portions of copyrighted music. They can't play the whole song or even most of it, but they are okay to play a small snippet because that is fair use. However, large movie productions sometimes may play whole songs because they have gone through the process of getting approval from the owner of the copyrighted work. There isn't a definitive amount determined for fair use, but just don't use more than necessary and keep it as minimal as possible. Now let's focus on our second category, citations. When you are using any information from someone else that you want to use in your own work, you have to provide a citation to let everyone know where you got that information from, even if it's not copyrighted. When you read a source, you can choose to either take a direct quote or paraphrase the content. A direct quote is when you copy the text word for word, and this requires quotation marks around the words and an in-text citation. Paraphrasing is putting the content in your own words through summarizing, but this still requires an in-text citation to let the reader know where you learned this information from. Here are two examples of in-text citations. The citation will go both in your text after the quote and at the end of your work in your references list. You can do an in-text citation in various ways, but you have to make sure you have given at least the author's name, year, and page number. Then the reader can go to your references list to find the whole citation. At the end of your essay, research paper, or whatever work you have created, you should have a list of all the sources you have used. There are different formats for citations, but the most popular are MLA and APA. If you are writing for a teacher, make sure to ask what format they prefer you to use. This list of sources may be called references, works cited, or bibliography, depending on the format. No matter what it's called, this is a crucial part of any written work that includes information you got from other people or sources. This video was a simple overview of plagiarism and citations, but any sources provided throughout the presentation are links that can take you to the websites for you to explore and learn more. Remember, when it comes to plagiarism, you would rather be safe than sorry. Make sure to always check how to appropriately cite something. You would rather cite too much on accident than plagiarize and make your work invalid. Thanks for watching.